I want to know for the people, man, who are watching, what would this mean for LeBron James's legacy if this is true? If he's on this, balcony, this new juice. I want to know, man.
He said what Chael Sonnen said. LeBron James, I don't know what had happened, but I do know what had happened. Kevin Garnett says LeBron James is on that balcony, that new juice.
Kwame Brown has sparked a discussion that many believe the NBA media has avoided for years. And when you hear the argument presented this way, it's easier to understand why major outlets like ESPN rarely dive into it. This isn't about claiming to have definitive proof. It's not about accusing anyone of wrongdoing. It's about looking at recurring patterns, the timing of certain events, comments from former players, and asking why some subjects seem to disappear whenever LeBron James becomes part of the conversation. When people from different areas of the sports world continue raising similar points, eventually the discussion itself becomes impossible to ignore.
The media strikes again. Slap Jeff T. Now that described everything to the T. Y'all remember in Miami? That Miami LeBron was on steroids. Remember, he was a little bit slow. He was big. They started testing for HGH. He said it all. They started testing for HGH. And boy, when LeBron came back, boy, that was the best LeBron.
Do you think this conversation gets dismissed because people believe it's unbelievable? Or is it because some are worried about what could happen if tougher questions about LeBron James ever start being asked? Let us know what you think in the comments below.
I said, Jeff T don't want his show no damn more.
Oh, yeah. They would have shut it down.
That was the first thing I said. I said, ooh. I saw that. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, who the hell done gave Jeff T a bad batch of that guy chronic? This is damn sure going to end his career.
Oh, yeah.
He was just on the money train talking about Kobe. And then this got the nerve to flip it and start talking about LeBron. I said, boy,
I wonder
this
what.
must be high as.
Kwame Brown never directly claimed that LeBron did anything specific. Instead, he pointed to comments that have already been made publicly by others and raised a question that few people in the basketball world seem willing to ask openly. Why does it feel like LeBron James is surrounded by a media environment where certain theories or discussions are treated as untouchable? Why is it that nearly every other all-time great athlete can be criticized, questioned, and examined from every possible angle? Yet the moment the spotlight shifts toward LeBron, the conversation often comes to a sudden stop.
He said what Chael Sonnen said. LeBron James, I don't know what had happened, but I do know what had happened. LeBron James with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He went down to Miami to get in shape. He was down there for about 2 weeks. So came back. Turned into Superman again. I'm just saying.
The moment that truly ignited the debate came when Jeff Teague spoke out. During an episode of his podcast, he made remarks about LeBron that quickly exploded across social media. He referenced LeBron's physical changes, the timing of certain absences, and how dominant he appeared once he returned. Whether Teague intended those comments as a serious observation or simply as humor is almost beside the point now, because the reaction that followed became the bigger story. Before long, he was walking back his remarks at lightning speed. What had sounded like a bold statement suddenly became just a joke. All at once, he insisted people had taken his words the wrong way. The entire tone of the conversation shifted almost overnight.
That was almost as bad as Darvin Ham when he said "whip it out."
Yeah,
that was crazy. My bad.
Crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But the way KG said it and the way Paul Pierce reacted to it, it's kind of like, we knew about this. Like, he didn't say, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" Like, there was no reaction to it.
Kwame Brown picked up on that change right away. He highlighted how quickly the conversation shifted and posed a straightforward question. If those remarks were only meant as a joke, why was there such a strong effort to walk them back? Why did the response resemble damage control rather than a simple clarification? After all, jokes typically don't lead to that level of public retreat. From there, Kwame tied the situation into what he believes is a much broader pattern, involving LeBron, clutch sports, and an unwritten boundary that, in his view, very few people are willing to cross.
If the world understood what LeBron did, like other basketball players will hear what LeBron does and go, well yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? It's like a baseball player. You're hitting a stick out of them. It doesn't matter. It's like, no. If you knew what these performance enhancers did, then you would know why it does matter.
What do you think he's
there's
doing?
only one, we have the same drug guy, if you will. I know exactly what he's doing. But there's only one golfer.
Please tell.
There's only one golfer. I'm not going to, but there's only one golfer that follows the big three. And the big three is EPO, growth hormone, testosterone. That's the Lance Armstrong diet. There's one golfer, but it's Tiger Woods. Like, yes, it does matter. People will say it all the time, it doesn't matter. John Daly won it. It's like, it matters. Trust me that it matters. EPO matters. It's the reason LeBron takes it. It matters. And if other basketballs understood what it did, EPO increases your red blood cells, which gives you endurance so you can play all game long. You can shoot in the fourth
More
quarter
red blood
just like
cells,
you
more
shot in the
oxygen
fourth
in your
minute.
red blood cells. Okay, got you.
It's the king of performance enhancer.
Then there's Chael Sonnen. He's not an NBA insider or someone trying to fit into basketball circles. The former UFC fighter publicly made claims that he and LeBron allegedly shared the same source for performance-enhancing drugs. Those remarks weren't subtle or ambiguous. What caught many people's attention was that Sonnen repeated those claims publicly more than once and did not retract them afterward. Kwame Brown argued that this fueled even more discussion with some, wondering why the comments never led to a public legal battle or a formal response. Kwame also referenced Kevin Garnett, recalling a well-known moment when Garnett joked about LeBron being on that Balco, that new juice. Supporters of LeBron dismissed those remarks as nothing more than locker room banter or trash talk, and that is certainly one interpretation. But Kwame's point was that it's noteworthy how often similar jokes and speculation seem to revolve around the same subject. According to him, many of those comments trace back to the same period, LeBron's Miami years, his dramatic physical development, certain breaks from competition, and the lack of extended public discussion that followed. Kwame then shifted the focus to LeBron's transformation after arriving in Miami. He noted that LeBron returned looking noticeably bigger, stronger, faster, and more explosive than before. Already considered one of the league's greatest physical talents, LeBron appeared to elevate his athleticism even further during his late 20s while playing an extremely demanding style of basketball. He consistently attacked the basket, absorbed heavy contact, took hard falls, and maintained that level of play year after year. Kwame made it clear that he wasn't presenting this as proof of any wrongdoing. Instead, he argued that many players around the league noticed the change, and in his view, observations from fellow professionals carry more weight than online speculation. These were athletes who understood conditioning, recovery, and the physical toll of an NBA season. And Kwame suggested that some privately viewed LeBron's development as unusual during that stretch. He also pointed to the timeline surrounding HGH testing as another topic that continues to surface in these conversations. Kwame mentioned it directly, Jeff Teague alluded to it, and fans have continued connecting those events when discussing LeBron's career. According to Kwame Brown, the biggest issue isn't proving guilt or innocence. It's the silence surrounding certain conversations about LeBron James. He argues that topics involving LeBron are often avoided by mainstream media, even when similar discussions happen freely about other sports legends. Kwame pointed to what some fans have noticed over the years, including LeBron's physical transformation during his Miami era and later changes to his physique after the NBA introduced HGH testing. He didn't claim these events prove anything, but questioned why those coincidences are rarely discussed on major sports networks. His larger argument is that LeBron has become more than just a basketball player. He's connected to billion-dollar business interests, television deals, sponsors, media companies, and powerful agencies. In Kwame's view, too many people benefit from protecting his image, so uncomfortable conversations never even begin. He also referenced Jeff Teague's quick attempt to walk back controversial comments, suggesting the speed of that response raised eyebrows among fans. Whether it was simply a misunderstanding or something else, Kwame believes the reaction itself became part of the story. Another point Kwame raised was LeBron's famous investment in his body. LeBron often talks about spending millions on recovery and conditioning, but rarely explains the exact methods behind his longevity. Former NBA player Rashad McCants has also questioned why there isn't more transparency if everything is simply advanced training and recovery. Kwame acknowledged that none of this is proof of wrongdoing. Without failed drug tests or verified evidence, these discussions remain speculation. His frustration is that the subject is often dismissed before any serious debate can even happen. He also argued that other sports have openly examined their biggest stars when questions surfaced, while LeBron is often treated differently. To Kwame, that's a double standard that deserves discussion, regardless of where people stand on LeBron's legacy. In the end, Kwame said he wasn't trying to convict LeBron in the court of public opinion. He was questioning why certain topics appear untouchable and why people seem so reluctant to even ask difficult questions. Maybe LeBron's incredible longevity is simply the result of elite genetics, discipline, cutting-edge recovery, and financial resources. That's entirely possible. But Kwame believes that until those questions can be discussed openly, the debate will continue. What do you think? Should conversations like this be open for discussion, or are they based too heavily on speculation? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more NBA discussions.